Hi everyone, welcome back to day one of Vlogmas and me being back on my channel. Long time no see, but I thought today we could start out Vlogmas by doing some cooking with Chef Lex. So right now you guys are going to see me making my homemade oat milk. I have now become a homemade oat milk maker, and this has been going on for about almost 2 months now, and I'm really proud of my progress. I really think my oat milk improves every time I make it, and it tastes better, and it's saving me money. So I'm using my Vitamix blender, as you guys can see, and I'm adding all of my ingredients. So my oats, my cashews that I soak overnight in the fridge in water, and I'm also adding a couple tablespoons here of hemp seed hearts for omegas, our water. I added a scoop of collagen, a pinch of salt, and ice cubes, and a little tiny drizzle of maple syrup. And now I'm getting my Vitamix ready. We're going to blend this at a high speed for no more than 25 seconds. And then over time, I will lower the speed and then it'll be done. So now I'm pouring it into my reusable, biodegradable cheesecloth, and I use this to help me strain the milk and squeeze it through. And then I pour it into my glass milk jar and it's ready to go. So it's very easy. If you guys want, I will put in my description box the inspiration recipe that I go off of. And then I've kind of just added my own touches, such as the hemp seed hearts and the soaked cashews for extra creaminess and protein. And that is going to be it. It lasts up to a week, and I make this about 2 times a week depending on how much cooking and baking I'm doing. Now we're going on to dinner. On this day, I started making a vegetable tortellini soup, is what I'm going to call it. There's no meat in the soup. This is basically like a vegetarian meal, and I will say we really enjoyed this. It was perfect for a nice cozy night at home. And I'm starting with some frozen mixed vegetables that I'm sauteing in a little butter and oil, and I use avocado oil. I used, I think, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic that were minced up in the pan before I added the veggies. And then I'm using some oregano and some onion powder because I forgot to grab an onion from the store. So I'm improvising, and that's okay too. Then I use a scoop of the Better Than Bouillon chicken flavor, and I'm adding that in with the veggies along with a couple tablespoons of flour. We're going to cook out the flour, and this is going to help us get a nice thick creamy soup. And I'm going to show you guys another trick here in a little bit that is also going to make a nice extra creamy soup without the extra calories from more flour. Then I use some of my delicious homemade oat milk. Let that all come to a simmer, along with adding low sodium chicken broth. That way I can control the amount of salt in the soup. We're adding in our fresh tortellini pasta, and these were the 5 cheese filled tortellini, so I didn't get any that had like chicken in them this time, but you can use whatever you want. You want everything to come to a simmer. Let your pasta cook through with the lid on. I also added some Italian herbs before I put the lid on. And then this is what you should get once the pasta is cooked. Now I'm showing you guys my other secret to get a nice thick creamy soup. Blend in your blender a can of cannellini beans and blend it with some of the liquid in the can or a little water until you get it nice, smooth, creamy consistency like this. I promise you guys, it works wonders. I got this tip from Tia Mari, and her cookbook is amazing. You guys should get it. But there's a recipe in there for Alfredo pasta that is like my go-to when I make it at home, and she uses a whole can of blended cannellini beans, and that is what helps make the nice thick creamy Alfredo. So I just thought I could do the same thing, but this time add this in the base of my soup here to make it nice and creamy. And oh my gosh, you guys, it's so smooth. It did add the creaminess, and I promise you cannot taste it. So I highly recommend doing that, and then it's ready to serve. I forgot to film me plating, or in this case we had it in a bowl with some fresh toasted bread on the side. I think I sprinkled a little Parmesan cheese on top at the end when we served it in our bowls, but it was so good. Highly recommend. This recipe I just kind of threw together myself, so I don't have a recipe to share, but maybe in the future Chef Lex might come out with something and this will be featured on the recipes, so stay tuned. But that is going to be it. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in the remaining videos of Vlogmas for this month. Be sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time.